Welcome, everybody, to the premiere edition of the Old Codger's Liars Club. My name is Robert D. Allsup, and I'll be your host for these wild stories. Ones we can't confirm nor deny. And tonight, we have with us Mr. John V. Pyka. How you doing tonight, Mr. Pyka?
I'm doing pretty good now.
I got a few questions for you. You up to answering a few questions?
Okay.
Where were you born, and where did you graduate high school?
Akron, Ohio.
Oh, both. So you're an Akron boy. How did you get into college?
How?
How?
I just took a test and went in.
Oh, okay. So you just took the what they call the ACT test or whatever, and just went on in.
No, I didn't take no test. I mean, I took the entrance exam
Okay.
for college.
Was that something different they used during those days?
I don't know. They didn't have the computer system they got today.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Legend.
Did you graduate from high school?
Well, I got a certificate of graduation because when I went to college, the what do you call it?
They made you get a GED.
No,
They basically just passed you from high school.
yeah, they. I would take a course, and and then when I got the test on it, I mean, they worked it into the high school.
Oh, wow. What'd you get a degree in?
A degree in what?
In college, yeah.
I didn't stay in college very long. I was only in there a year.
You went in the front door and out the back. Legend has it.
Hold on, Robert. I've heard that you dropped out of high school to play baseball. Is that true?
Oh yeah, I mean that's true.
So you played professional baseball?
Well, I didn't get no contract or anything, but I did play.
What team did you play for?
I went out for the St. Louis Cardinals, and
Did you get them?
no, I was still in school, and they talked to me, so I felt good about that. But they said, "Are you still in high school?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, you got to leave the field."
Uh-oh. So just like college, in the front door, out the back.
Right.
There are stories about you hustling pulling cards from Chicago to Kansas City. Lots of stories that John tells about that. Are they true? And how did you get started doing that? How did you start being a hustler?
Hustling.
Well, a professional cardsman.
Professional. It just after you play so much, then you become a professional.
So, School of Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
Did you win a lot?
No, not really. I mean,
Did you appear to win a lot?
no, I just broke even.
Ah. Okay, I've got a bit of a show and tell here. Can you see it out there, John? Tell us about this picture.
The picture.
Yeah, tell us about it. It looks like Wonder Woman to me.
Yeah, that's who it is. And she was very nice, very big. She was big as I was.
Big as you was.
Almost.
Wow.
And
Did you dance with her?
did I dance with her?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What's that, John?
Oh, was she pregnant?
No.
Was she light on her feet?
Yeah.
Were you light on her feet too?
Yeah. But that was one of the trips that we took to D.C.
Ah.
And she was there for that charity dinner. And that was something else too. It was $500 a plate, and I was a truck driver at the time, and I didn't even take a fork home.
So you were a truck driver.
Yeah.
So how did you get into a party in D.C. as a truck driver? That there has to be a story
A
there.
Nancy Reagan party.
Oh, a Nancy Reagan party in D.C.
Well,
as a
yeah,
truck driver.
she was raising funds for the people on dope and stuff like that, getting them off of it.
Well, being a trucker, I guess you saw a lot of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. You used to be an official with the Teamsters. Who was in charge at the time, Jimmy Hoffa or Fitzsimmons?
Well, Hoffa was still in when I started, but it was in his ending days.
So what did you do with the Teamsters?
What did I do with him?
Yeah, what did you do?
Well, I was a rebel rouser.
You were a rebel rouser. Oh.
I would break up strikes. I'd start them.
Oh, so you were sort of like what the Pinkertons used to do.
Who?
The Pinkertons
Yeah.
during the 1800s. They were rabble rousers.
Yeah.
So did you have an official title with the Teamsters?
No.
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 Were you part of that little inner circle of all of them?
Yeah.
Did you drink non-alcoholic alcohol with Hoffa? Because I know you didn't drink.
How do you know that?
I've read about it once or twice.
I think it was a lie.
It was a lie. He drank?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's something new. There's a guy, the movie out called The Irishman, or Painting Houses, or something like that. And in that movie, they talk about how Hoffa didn't drink. He didn't believe in drinking. So you just blew that right out of the water. Some people think the Teamsters had something to do with a few historical facts that have been around for a while, historical mysteries. One in particular would be like JFK.
Like what?
JFK?
What about
John Fitzgerald Kennedy? Do you think that the Teamsters had anything to do with the change in office that happened in Dallas? Or if they did, who do you think would be on the short list of the people that could have done that?
I wouldn't have any idea.
No idea at all? Oh, I can already see that look in your face. You know more than you're talking about. Come on.
Well.
Give us a little bit.
Huh?
Give us a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, Fitzsimmons took over Hoffa's job. He took over before Hoffa was put in jail. I mean, so I don't know. We thought we just figured it out that maybe it was him that set it up.
So, do you know? Is it because of them being upset at the Kennedy family after basically they helping the Kennedys get into power, and then next thing you know, they're gunning for them?
No, I don't think. Gunning for who?
The Teamsters and the other gentlemen that were involved with the Teamsters.
Who that? Fitzsimmons?
Well, Fitzsimmons and a couple of the more exotic named gentlemen.
Like who?
Oh, most of them sound like you'd go to Olive Garden to order them.
Yeah. But I don't know. Somebody got paid off. And where's Hoffa at? Nobody knows.
Well,
I mean, where he's buried at, nobody knows.
you don't think he just rode off in the sunset?
Boy, that's hard to believe. I mean, that's hard not to believe. He could have, because too much stuff didn't come out at the time.
So what has come out since then that you might have some ideas about?
Well, number one, who do you think? Why do you think they did Hoffa in?
He didn't want to play ball no more?
Well, Fitzsimmons wanted a job.
Well, Fitzsimmons had some of those friends with the funny sounding names, didn't he?
Yeah.
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 So, if Fitzsimmons was involved heavily in it, which is what it appears. Now, as I said at the beginning of this, we neither confirm nor deny any of these stories, but we can do some hypotheticals, can't we?
Some what?
Hypothetical. Yeah. Give us some hypotheticals on what happened in Dallas.
In Dallas?
Yeah.
I mean, Kennedy getting shot?
Yes.
I seen it. I was at home when that happened. I seen it on TV. But I don't know. That guy was a good shooter.
So it wasn't just. You don't think it was Lee Harvey Oswald?
No.
No. You think he was a patsy?
Yeah, or which one they never shot him? What was his name?
Jack Ruby.
Yeah, Jack Ruby. And I don't know how he got into that cell with a gun.
Magic?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's probably quite a bit that just can't be explained about some of that.
It can't be what?
Can't be explained.
No, I know it.
But I know over the years, and being as you were in those circles, you had to have heard one or two possible explanations. Come on.
Might have.
Well, come on. Let's hear it. Remember, we're doing hypotheticals.
Say what?
We're doing hypotheticals.
Oh.
So, what kind of explanations did you happen to hear that could have happened?
Well, I figured. I didn't myself. I mean, a group of us, we figured that Hoffa got out of jail, right? And how to get out of jail? He was released, okay? Why was he released? Well, obviously he was going to tell a story. I mean,
He was going to sing.
yeah, and so they had to get rid of him to save them themselves. And that's why we was figuring it could have been Fitzsimmons that did all that.
Well, I mean,
Now you're talking about some serious money.
yeah. From what I hear, the Teamsters used to be a powerhouse.
You know, Hoffa had more power than the President of the United States had.
Wow.
You know, he would say, truck stop, and it would cut down the whole country would be cut down.
Well, yeah, because if the transportation don't run, no goods get to market or anything.
Right.
Wow. So Fitzsimmons wanted that juice.
I don't know, but
Yes, you do.
you could almost say that.
Well, your son over there thinks that you do know.
He what?
He thinks you do know.
Who was Lee Pressler?
Who?
Lee Pressler.
Pressler.
Who is Lee Pressler?
He was the one of the big shots. I mean, he was right next to Hoffa.
Okay. Why was he important?
Why was he important? He had a good followers.
So, in other words, if he said jump, they'd jump.
Yeah.
And you think they jumped.
Well, they did anything he wanted them to do.
And what do you think he might have wanted them to do?
I have no idea.
Ah. Oh, God. It's like pulling fingernails out to get words out of you.
Yeah.
Well, from what I understand, you're one of the last remaining of this circle, of that inner circle. Now, since you're the last remaining of that inner circle, and we're doing this more for prosperity and to sort of keep those stories alive. Tell us about it. Tell us what really went on in your words, and tell us, and we're just going to sit back and let you talk. Tell us how you got into the Teamsters, and tell us about your history with the Teamsters. Tell us some of those rabble-rousings you did.
My wife really hated the Teamsters because of that. I used to have more guns in the back seat of my car than most dealers had. But I don't know. It just I got in with the crowd, and once I got in there, all I had to do is point a finger at somebody, and that's all.
So you were at that level where you pointed the fingers.
Yeah.
Ah, so you weren't just a soldier.
Yeah.
No. Now we're getting to the nitty gritty. So tell us about some of those pointing that finger. Tell us about your days with the Teamsters.
Oh man, I had quite a few of them.
Well, tell us about some of them. I mean, it's to the point now to where it will not matter if you tell us or not. It'll keep it in the history. It'll keep it alive, because once our elders are gone, if they don't tell their stories, nobody will ever know them.
Right.
And history has a way of repeating itself if there's not a way to combat it.
There's no way that they could prove it anyhow. It was weird. I mean, I did things that the average guy wouldn't do.
So you carried guns for a reason.
Oh yeah.
Were any of them 22s?
22s.
Yeah.
No.
Any of them 22 pistols?
No. They was 25s.
25s?
Those Saturday night specials.
Ah, throwaway guns.
Yeah.
Ah. So, have you thrown away a few guns?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, in other words, you used to paint houses too.
Used to what?
You used to paint houses also.
Paint them.
Yeah. I hear that's a term used for gentlemen who take care of business. They paint houses.
Yeah, I guess.
So, go ahead, John.
Which wife hated you being in the Teamsters?
Which what?
Which wife hated you being in the Teamsters?
I didn't hear what he
Which
said.
wife hated you being in the Teamsters?
Which wife?
Yeah.
Number 1, 2, or 3?
His mother.
Ah.
And
Did Johnny ride around with you in the car when you were doing your business?
no.
No.
Did he say he was?
He hadn't said a word about it. He said that you're the one that knows all the stories.
His mother had a. She used to get so upset with me. She had my 32, or my 32, cocked and pointed at me, and she was ready to do me in.
She was ready to divorce.
Yeah.
Oh.
You didn't know about that.
I'm learning all kinds of new stuff right now.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's pretty interesting that you weren't a soldier. You're a capitan.
You know, if what did Hoffa do with all his money?
I don't know. What did you do with it?
I don't know, but you know who started up UPS?
Who?
His wife.
Whoa! Wow! And all the truckers of UPS, are they union?
Oh, now, yeah. Yeah, they wasn't when they first started, but they are now.
Wow.
We had a hard time getting some people in, and those days
just drug them in.
those those days are gone.
True.
I mean, even the guys that was Teamsters, they've dropped out, and the Teamsters are pretty bad right now. I mean, they don't have much power.
Well, it's a different world. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot more in the digital power than physical power anymore.
Yeah.
But you sure there's not anything else you wanna tell us about those days as being a leader in your little organization?
Well, no, it ain't really. I mean, you caught me off guard.
So, tell us about, let's go back, high school. You dropped out of high school,
Yeah.
but you ended up going to college.
Yeah.
How did you manage that without a high school degree?
Well, John, they didn't have computers then. They didn't know what was going on.
So when they said high school attended, yes, I attended high school.
Yeah.
In the front door and out the back.
I was a good. I could finesse it.
But you were only there for about 2 years before they found out.
By a year and a half.
How'd they find out?
I don't know. They just. Obviously, somebody might have talked or something.
So did you end up with a pretty good pension from the Teamsters?
Well, no. You don't
Or
think-
were you not officially on their rolls?
Yeah, I left the Teamsters after 20 years.
Okay.
And
And your title was? You never had a title.
no.
What title did you say he was, John?
You always told me you were a secretary.
A what?
Secretary.
Secretary. Secretary. No. Maybe a business agent.
Aha! Business, quote unquote, agent.
Well, I want to thank you for taking time and chatting with us.
Well, you know what? We really go into some pretty rough stuff.
Well, go right ahead.
I can't right now. I can't think of anything right now.
Oh, well, you wanna
You know,
wanna do another one of these sometime?
Well, yeah, if you want to.
Oh, we definitely can.
It's just like having the FBI check on you. I don't like to tell that story because they never let up.
Oh.
But they accused me of I was going to blow up a plane at the airport, and it was serious stuff then.
Why were you being accused you were going to blow up a plane?
Well, because we was on strike, and the scabs would bring in the freight to the Federal Express and that.
Yeah.
And
So y'all were trying to make sure that didn't happen?
yeah, but it happened. I mean,
was it just a bad day at the demolitions?
Dwayne rode with me on some of that stuff.
Ah. Who's Dwayne?
My oldest son.
Oh, okay. So he was around for some of the shenanigans.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah, we'll definitely do this again, but I want to thank you for being the on the very first episode of the Old Codgers Liars Club. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
See you next time.